What's going on, people of the internet? My name's Denny or Denny Cigarette, or your favorite, most inconsistent YouTuber out there. Today, we're going to be going into an interview with Test Subject Talk. Now, if you don't know who he is, Test Subject Talk, basically, he does these videos where he tries the drugs like on camera and gives his experience live. He also does kick streams and things like that. I think he's a really interesting guy. I think you guys will enjoy his content and his story. Yeah, I mean, let's just get into it. I hope you all enjoyed these interviews. I think we got a few more coming in the future, but we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys in the interview. Deuces. All right. So, if you guys already don't know this, this is Test Subject Talk. He makes amazing videos, such as what is it? Boofing cocaine.
Yeah.
You've done an episode on crack. The same drug, different routes of administration. Most recently, he uploaded his ketamine video, and I reached out to him. I wanted to see if he'd be willing to do an interview with me, because I felt that his message was a really strong one, and the way it's conveyed, a lot of people may see it as unconventional. However, I think what he's doing can save a lot of lives in a sense. You know what I mean? But yeah, the goal of this, like, I want to call it podcast. The goal of this interview is to just get like dive deep into a Test Subject Talk, kind of get to know the person behind the camera a little bit better, understand his message a little better, and go from there. Um, so, anything you want to say to people watching, just to start it?
Hi. I think that's a good
Hello.
start.
There you go.
um,
Fuck yeah, dude.
yeah,
We're doing this.
yeah. Hi.
So,
I guess that's the introduction.
there you go. There you go. First off, I, me personally, I wanted to know what got you started doing YouTube. Altogether, maybe people don't know. Maybe you've mentioned in streams and stuff like that, or videos. But if there's newer people watching this.
Yeah, no, YouTube was never the plan. It was always Patreon or TikTok, but then my Patreon got deleted.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's why I
okay,
went to
yeah,
YouTube.
I remember seeing that. Okay.
Yeah, but if we're talking like just videos in general,
Mhm.
I thought it'd be like a really interesting idea that would gain traction over time. And
Oh,
that's kind of happened. I just got to continue with that traction. Yeah, I just knew it
yeah.
would
No,
gain traction,
I was gonna say
and
I
there's
could.
message.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak
No,
over
you're
you
good.
there,
No,
but
you're good.
number one, I gotta completely agree with you. The fucking formula is genius, and
Yeah.
if I was younger, and like me, I personally wanted to do YouTube really young, but um, I would have done it too. Which is, it's a great formula. You've got a great personality for it, so I think
Yeah.
you're doing is great. Um, but so so okay, I guess so. You got the videos going, right? So what then led to the substance use, or like what's that's kind of the backstory there, and then I'll kind of like pick your brain about like a little bit of your
Yeah.
past, just to kind of.
So so it's something that's always questioned me, or it's always not really bothered me, but it was like a question I've had in the back of my mind for a few years. Whether it was like, why is addiction so addicting? And
Okay.
like I would say like I have my own addictions in a way. Like I bite my nails a lot. Like I can't stop biting my nails. So that alone is an addiction. And arguably I am somewhat addicted to, phone. I think everyone is. But like
Yeah.
substance use, arguably some of the worst, where where you're more affecting your body in just more of a harmful way, and just your livelihood as well. So why do people pick substances over their livelihood? And that's just something
Okay.
that's really questioned me for years.
Yeah. No. Fucking same. I'm going to school for it now, so
Oh hell yeah.
that's crazy. That's. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it once again a very interesting topic, and there's a lot of neuroscience behind it nowadays about like the dopamine reward system. But I think it goes a lot
Yeah.
deep. I think it goes a lot deeper than that now. Um, but okay, so like you got interested in that. So let's backtrack a few years. What was home life like like growing up, this and that.
Oh, home life. Ooh, it started. It started weary when I was definitely younger.
Okay.
With like biological parents and like or my biological father and shit. Things
Mm-hmm.
weren't things weren't the best sobriety wise,
Yes,
and substance wise. But then
I've been there.
yep. So, but then I got a stepdad and shit. He was clean and everything. So like I would say like from 6 on, the substances kind of exited my life, and there was really nothing to do with them.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So other than that, it was like a fairly typical, for the most part, fairly typical childhood and shit. Like nothing really terrible or bad.
I got you. Yeah, I think that's just kind of digging into that this topic is, I think what a lot of people don't realize is that not all and you're not an addict, right? I'm not calling you an addict here. What I'm saying is like
Oh no.
people who become addicted to drugs, right? A lot of them don't have to come from like bad areas. They don't have to come from bad
Oh hell
families, from
no.
trauma, right? Um, or and even just normal users who use it just for fun, right, or just as like a kind of a side piece. And I think that's another great message you're trying to convey. So what
Oh
was
yeah, for sure.
the first, like, okay, so home life was good, like pretty much good up till six and on. Pretty similar experience here. But what ended up, like, okay, so what led up to the first substance you used, like?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, I I vaguely remember. Obviously, like I smoked weed once at a party. I know I don't like weed, so I do not like
You know
weed.
what's crazy? I don't smoke either. I can't anymore.
Yeah,
I literally
I
can't.
hate it.
I swear to God. Anyways, I'm sorry. But
I hate. Oh no, you're good. No, you're good. I hate it. I think I was more curious. I did some like digging. I was like, you know what? This was even before like this was still when I was questioning like why was addiction, but like I didn't plan on doing any videos about it. I just like
okay,
was just it was always a question. But then like I did like Molly for the first time, and then I just really liked it. So I did that. Oh, I probably like waited a few. I probably did that a couple of times,
okay,
and then like a few weeks after that, I dropped my very first TikTok. This one got no traction, nothing, and then like I stopped after a month. So yeah, the first like encounter I had with substances was like probably acid or Molly. I think it was no, it was acid before Molly.
got
It was
you.
acid. And I just
If
wanted to do acid.
just rough age range
Oh, this
was
was this
that?
was February of last year, so I was 18.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Hmm.
you started like, I'm sorry, I started at 12. So fair
Oh yeah,
for me fairly older.
yeah,
So that, I mean, frankly, I think that's a good thing.
yeah,
Like,
for sure. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely
I
for
mean,
sure.
but no, okay. So basically, so first experience acid and Molly. Yeah, that's definitely one. How what's the word I'm looking for? That those are two very big things to start with, and I know obviously you said like,
Oh yeah,
like, you had smoked weed before, didn't like
I
it,
fucking hate it.
but usually, usually what people do is they say like, oh, I smoked weed, and it just progressed from there, right? Like you're kind of
No,
you're the
if
you,
anything,
what
weed pushed me off.
yeah, you're like you're like the like poster child for the argument to that, right? And
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. Um, but so, okay, so how's growing up in Indiana? Or did you grow up in this
Oh,
in that area? Because the
I,
context that I got from watching your videos was that, you were posted in Indiana. I don't want to say where. I know you did say the
oh no,
cities,
you're
but
good.
um, what was it like, especially in such a I don't know if you call it like big city, but it definitely, from like an outsider point of view, like
Oh
from
yeah,
where I'm from, it looks like one. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
um,
So, so I'm kind of near Indianapolis right now, which is definitely a pretty big city.
yeah,
Nowhere
that's
close
what
to
I remember
Chicago.
you saying. Yeah,
I've lived here off and on throughout the years. I first came here when I was probably in first grade. Yeah, first grade, first or second grade. I lived in Columbus, Indiana for a little bit.
got you.
Then we moved away. I lived all over the states. We traveled because my dad chased storms, or my stepdad chased storms.
Oh,
So
that's
we were
interesting.
yeah. So we lived pretty much all over the east side and a little bit of like central, or like in the middle of the states.
Got you.
But yeah, Indiana was it's nice. You get summers and you get winters and you get springs, so it's pretty sick and it's cheap.
That
So it's pretty gnarly.
that's nice. Yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
no, like the fucking housing market nowadays is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Especially like I'm in Cali. It's fucking ridiculous.
What are we at?
It,
7% interest rates,
is something, dude.
or is it
Like
climbing?
you'd be lucky if you can get like 7. Like I guarantee you, I could pull something up that says like 9 or 12 in some
Oh,
areas.
most
But
likely. Yeah.
it's in Cali especially. Like it's getting bad up here. But so okay, growing up in Indiana, how was school life? Like, because it
Oh,
seems
school.
like because since you got involved with substances at such a later age, right? Obviously, we're gonna exclude the weed because if you didn't like it,
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say that that was the big like deciding factor there.
Oh yeah.
So I'm wondering like what was the school life like leading up to all of this? Was it like what I mean?
Oh,
You get what I'm saying?
so back when Corona happened, I wasn't just pushing freshman year. I think I was in the middle of freshman year because it was December or January.
A freshman
Um,
high school or college? Just
yeah,
making sure.
freshman high school.
Got you.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
freshman high school.
Got you.
Um, when the 2 week when we got pulled off of school for 2 weeks, I just
Mm.
never went back to school after. I never went back to school after that.
No, so real, so real,
So
so real.
I missed all my high school years. I
Yeah.
mean, I got half of one in. You know, I won't point fingers, but someone in my life kind of went crazy with the government and Corona and shit.
No,
So the brainwashing media never went back to school after that.
no, that dude, that's like. Like I'll go into detail. I'm kind of an open person too when it
Oh
comes to
yeah,
my channel because I like to be authentic.
yeah.
I had to graduate high school in juvie because I had
Oh shit.
and they cut my credits in half too because I did exactly what you did. Right, they have this system where if you're like on the verge of like having to basically repeat all 4 years like halfway through,
Oh
they'll like cut your elective credits, right? And at this point, I'd failed all my classes, so they cut my elective credits, and I was able to do that. But fucking, what was I saying? Where was I going with this? Shit, my brain just completely blinked. Um, so okay, you live in school school life seemed pretty good probably up until high school, right?
yeah, yeah,
And then
I was
just
doing good in school.
and then eventually it just kind of fell off. So did you graduate? Or was it just no? Or just completely?
I,
Sorry, I'm
I
just double
quit cold
checking.
turkey. I
Okay,
quit cold
completely cold
turkey.
turkey. Got you. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
I think I did one thing on docs. The only thing I because they moved to Google. They moved to what was
like Zoom,
the
you mean, or
the school online? Yeah, like Google had some school online. You could do the school
oh,
online, like Google
uh,
Classroom or what is what
so
it
oh
was.
my god, oh shit, dude, you just brought back a wave of
The
memories.
only
Yeah.
thing I did on Google Classroom was ask my teacher if I could use the restroom. That's the only thing I fucking did, and that was never active again.
I was 14 and I fucking like I was already kind of I was dabbling there, I was smoking weed and whatnot, and I fucking like at first nowadays I can't, right, I have my med card but not, but I remember the one class I did join, like you asked for the restroom break, all I asked for was fucking like put my Discord server in the fucking like Zoom call like thing in the description of the fucking Google Classroom, and some guy put it like right under it, saying like "what a loser," and I crushed my soul so
That
much.
that's
Uh,
that's why you finished school in juvie. That's why you
yeah,
finished. That was the start of it all.
that was the like fucking start of my villain arc, bro.
What a
Swear to
what a
God.
loser. That's fun.
Like, dude, like, my soul was crushed, bro.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
fucking so shit. Oh, here's a question. I do have other interviews coming up, and this is a question I like to ask everyone is what music do you listen to, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Fuck.
because
Okay.
I'm a music head. Like I really like
Shit.
analyze lyrics. I really be
Okay.
sitting there like I can tell when something's good music even if I don't fuck with it. You know, like I don't feel like that's an innate ability, but like I don't know. Like I feel
I could
like a lot of people criticize people's fucking music taste and shit like that, and like don't see it from their perspectives all the time. So I like to give everyone their perspective on music.
oh, shit. I could start. I'll just go through like the years. Oh fuck, cause it's wide. So anything like like classic rock from like anything from like the like wait was Queen rock, right? They were rock,
I
were they?
maybe.
I don't know.
I can
Whatever
Google
Queen
it.
was.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
don't
barely
I
listen
don't
to
think
rock, and it's really like new gen, like from a specific artist. Um, Shout out Steppy to Spotter merch. Amazing artist.
uh 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 let me look this up real quick.
It's good.
Yeah, so they were rock. They were
Okay.
rock. So
Okay.
anywhere anything from like from like starting from like the fucking Queen, fucking the Rolling Stones, the Smiths, Morrissey. I know, same two people. Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know, just
Oh hell
whole
yeah,
theme.
yeah.
Fucking anything like that's alternative or rock or old.
Got you.
Fucking the Cranberries. I could just go on and on with that list.
Yeah. Okay. I see
Um,
you.
Alice in Chains and everything. So that
So
anything.
so still that's still your music taste up to this
Oh
point.
yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
If I open
Got
YouTube
you.
Music, they'll switch.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Hell yeah.
and then and then because I listen to like multiple genres a day. If I kind of it's fucked up what I do. And then I'll listen to any disco from that age. Like fucking oh fuck. I don't know. Is it Aqua? Who sings the Barbie song? Like them. Any Rush any fucking club music from the 80s, 90s,
Oh,
70s. Any
80,
club music
90.
that was
So
from then.
there's fucking it's like they're the ones who did like September, and then they did a bunch of club music. The club music, like
Hmm.
Fire, Winds, Water, some shit like
Yeah.
that. Then there's not Panic at the Disco. That's also like more scene. That's
Like
scene.
better off alone. Like better off alone.
Okay, I see.
Do
Okay,
you think
wait.
you're better off alone? Bum.
Yeah,
Whoever
name's
that's
not
by.
coming to mind.
That's the name
But
of a song.
yeah.
Yeah. So any like club music, any like disco, any like yeah, club music from then as well. So anything
Okay.
EDM in general.
Oh,
Um,
you like EDM? Okay, so
that's my mega genre.
I got
So
you.
there's that. Um, and then
So
like 2000s, just any alternative music from the 2000s,
fuck yeah.
like Empire of the Sun. Uh, just anything. Early 2010s pop. Katy Perry. Fucking love Katy Perry.
Okay, okay. A
Avicii.
man enough to admit that he fucks with
Oh
pop.
fuck,
Hell
I
yeah,
fuck with
dude.
yeah.
I fuck with that.
Anything from then, Rihanna,
Hell
and
yeah.
then like anything EDM. Oh, I fucking fuck with Ozone. Shouts out to them. Fucking.
That's
Yeah.
fire. Fuck yeah, dude.
So,
I get okay. Here's like a big stereotype, and I think that like and I think like Goblin and a bunch of other I call them
hey, bud.
I like to call this community like drug tubers, is
Oh
that
yeah.
all of us listen to just like rap or like you know what I mean like
Oh,
you know what I mean like at least that's kind of the impression I was getting, and I don't know. That's why I like to bring up the music thing, because I believe that like it
I
also.
actually don't listen to too much rap. I think my dog just locked herself in a room. Yeah, no, I don't listen to too much rap.
Yeah,
Hey, come on.
you know, I used to, while like when I was younger, I really did. Nowadays, I've been getting into more like the emo rock a little bit, like new gen
Yeah.
emo rock, a little bit of like emo rave and hyper pop type shit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
That shit goes hard.
yeah,
That shit goes hard.
yeah, hyper pop, like shout out what is it, Lee, fucking Steppy, and
One thing
fuck,
that
what
goes
was the
hard is
other one? Hmm.
hard style. Anything hard style goes hard.
Hard style.
Um,
I'm gonna write that down.
yeah, it's like
Hard style. I'm always looking for new music. All
hmm.
right, awesome, awesome. So like, okay, you've got the YouTube channel running, right? So has okay, how am I supposed to put this in a better way than my notes have it written? So do you have any like other content planned besides this? And don't, you don't have to spoil it, but
Yes, I do.
You do.
I
Okay.
was brainstorming tonight, and I got one I really want to do. It's like, oh
Okay.
fuck. I I think I could say this. I pretty much I want to get tortured. That's all I'll say.
Hmm.
Okay, which sounds bad.
That's a
It is bad, but I'm gonna get tortured. I want
interesting.
to get tortured. I think it'll be
Interesting.
fun.
All right. I mean, hey, bro. Everyone's, uh,
Everyone has their
yeah,
kinks.
yeah.
No, this is not
I'm
a.
just
This,
fucking
this
with
was
you. It's
this
fucking
came from
with
a
you.
YouTube. This came from like a no. It's an idea I had to back my brain, but I seen a journalist did it in a YouTube short.
Hmm.
I was like, I really want to do that.
Yeah. I remember I watched this one guy, and he fucking like red green eggs and ham or some shit like that while getting pepper sprayed or some shit, and
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Bed all night. And when I pulled on it,
like I like that shit was gold. I'd
Fuck.
love to do that to torture. Like, if you want to do something for views, I mean, if I were to do something like that, that's what I would do. Is fucking like get pepper sprayed while reading like children's books or some shit.
Oh,
You know,
that's
just stupid
the
shit.
irony.
Yeah,
The irony.
just fucking stupid shit. But yeah. So okay, here's a big question. So I've had a lot of experience not only with like normal like mainstream drugs. Like I've tried every mainstream drug you can think of, right?
Okay.
We're talking everything from weed to PCP, meth, heroin, fentanyl. I've overdosed on countless of times.
Oh
So,
shit.
but I've also done a lot of research chemicals. 3-MMC, mephedrone, 3-HOPCE, 3-HOPCP. Do you have any plans to
I
do I because obviously there isn't a huge like what's the word I'm looking for, like harm reduction like community for that. I think one YouTuber does it pretty well. Shout out Chaotic K for his fucking shit. Hopefully we'll get him on here soon. But fucking yeah, I was just curious what your thoughts were about that, because when I heard you talking about it, like you only mentioned like the mainstream stuff.
yeah, I get that question a lot if I'm gonna do research chemicals, and I didn't plan on it, but I got so much questions about them and so much recommendations
Mm.
that like I really want to. Like you said 3 mmc, right? Is that's how you say
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. I forget what they call it. They have a nickname for it now because it became so
Yeah.
popular in Europe.
I
But I,
l-
hmm? But there's a
Oh no,
bunch.
you're good.
There's a so the issue with research chemicals, and because I've been in the scene for so long using them. Like I started using research chemicals back in like when I was like 15, 14. We're talking like
Oh shit.
when Lizard Labs was still around. And if you viewers are watching, you know what Lizard Labs is, then you're a real OG for that. But they got fucking shut down by the FBI. To this day,
Was
if you go to their fucking page on on the internet, it'll literally say this page has been taken down by the FBI. They got raided, everything. There's news articles and whatnot. But what I'm getting at is there's a big issue with fucking what's it called like lizard. Well, there's a big issue with research chemicals, and that's the fact that when they come out, right, they are around for like maybe at most, like FXE for example came out, and it's analog of like OPCE, give or take. It depends, because some people are labeling FXE as like 3-fluoryl 2-oxo PCE, and then others were labeling something else. So there's like FXE, and then there's CanKet, which is also labeled FXE for whatever reason. But supposedly, like, that was out for 2 years, and that was the longest I've ever seen a research chemical last. Or like ODSMT. So the issue with research chemicals and videos is the time, right? Like the timing, because if you miss something, you miss it. You know what I mean? A lot of times
oh, cause it's
you won't find it again, because the labs it'll get banned in a certain country where they're making it, and it's over. Or the labs in China have switched over to something else. Lizard Labs specifically, they were running, I think, in Spain, Eastern Europe, so they had like a little bit more leeway. But that also got them rated right? So I mean,
That's funny.
at,
That's funny as fuck. So it's like shit coins. You either you
no, like it's real. I'm so serious.
yeah.
Unless you know like very specific people, and
You,
like barely there's a few out there, that I'm aware of at least, and I'm not even sure where the fuck they're getting this, but like it's very time sensitive. So my question, what I'm getting at is like, how do you plan to counteract that kind of like time? I don't know what you'd call that.
uh,
Like we'll call it a shit. We'll call it shit coin timer. Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll probably just do what's on the market.
Okay,
Like
I see you.
obviously 3 MMC, that's not going anywhere, right?
I mean, it's now in the U.S. very it's gonna be hard. It's in Europe a
Oh.
lot. I tried
Oh.
3MMC back when Lizard Labs once again was still around, or chems.eu was still fucking up. So, and I got a free sample when I ordered my 3MEO PCP from them. So they give you like a 500 milligram sample or some shit.
Yeah, no, that's
So
not a problem. If it's in Europe, that's no problem. As long as it's on this earth. As long as it's on this earth,
true,
I
true.
should,
Like
I
where
should
there's a will, there's a way, type shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
One one I've heard about was 4 MMC, I believe.
Oh, 4 methadone, yeah, or
Yeah.
MCAT, yeah.
Isn't
That's
that so that's pretty much I heard a really shitty MDMA, but way more neurotoxic to your serotonin.
believe it or not, it's actually more it like so I'm going to school with hopefully become a pharmacologist. And
Okay.
fucking so 4-MMC it does like but a lot of the exact same things as like methamphetamine, MDMA, but it's a serotonin, norepinephrine, dopamine reuptake inhibitor (SNDRI), and then a serotonin, norepinephrine, dopamine releaser, right? So they do the same thing, and what you'll find is a lot of these things cause toxicity, like neurotoxicity, yes, but to the extent we don't know. To be real with you, MDMA most likely does cause more because it increases serotonin a lot higher, and the oxidization won't happen because there's not much of a like. Okay, if you look at MDMA and how it's used in clubs, right? It's
Yeah.
used in places where like like your body temperature is already raised from the chemical. You're moving around a
And the
lot.
club's hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what happens is the oxidization process with the serotonin receptors is increased by hyperthermia, right? Same with like meth neurotoxicity. So, in my opinion, they might be the same, but they might not. Who knows? Like, there's probably a few studies out there you could find, but you'd probably have to pay $40 to some fucking company to get
No,
it.
I was looking into this yesterday because I'm actually working on my MDMA video. I'm doing the
Oh hell
intro and
yeah,
doing the research side of it.
yeah.
Um, in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
they did do they tried before doing research on MDMA users. They did it on heavy users or people who abused MDMA.
Yeah, of course.
They were getting varying results, I guess because of,
I think it's because of
varying.
the temperature. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
that's just my opinion from what I've done my research on.
So they did do a like I think a control test of like 14 people or some shit.
Okay.
Um and they found out of the 11 of those 14, I forget what it was. Like they like fucking
If I find the study, I'll put it on screen so people can see.
oh yeah, I could send you the doc.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it here because I have it
You're
saved.
good.
Most of the studies that focus resulted in many studies conducted in 26 found that MDMA was oh yeah, it's linked to reduce serotonin transporter
Mhm.
availability in certain areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But what they found out is it's also it'll go away over a time.
Yeah.
It'll like that will fix itself over time as long as
Oh
you
yeah.
pretty much stop abusing MDMA.
A lot of neurotoxic chemicals do that. I mean, if you look at like PCP, PCP is like one of the rare ones where it causes like Olney's lesions, which are actual like lesions on the brain, right? Which pretty rare, right? I don't know where they're getting their proof for it. I wasn't very convinced from what I saw. I know MK801 like 100% does, and because that's like they use that as like testing for like other NMDA receptor antagonists, so for like ketamine binding or you know, a bunch of other uncompetitive antagonists. But yeah, I mean, there's so many systems involved in that, and the thing is it's really hard to pinpoint because like LSD, like look at LSD, right? Like LSD affects the 5-HT2A receptor, right? And I'm not saying it's neurotoxic. This is just an example of how one thing can affect another. It affects the 5-HT2A receptor. It's a partial agonist at a specific site on that receptor, right? Because we also have medicines that do affect this, that should affect it the same way but don't. So there's clearly some like sub pocket in there that like activates the psychedelic effects. And what happens is like what'll happen is when you I guess agonize that specific part of the brain, it not only like it desensitizes the like middle brain or like the glutamate sort of I'm looking for the glutamate system and the GABA system. So what it does is you actually find a reduction in GABA and an increase in glutamate, kind of similar to like ketamine, PCP, and the NMDA receptor kind of dampens a little bit, right? And that's and that in my opinion and from like what research has showed us, and I'll put a few of these up on the screen and send you the research after, but that's why like benzodiazepines and other GABAergics can calm down a trip. But anyways, I'm ranting.
Oh no, I've heard about that. I've heard about that. Somewhat. I've heard like the calming down of the trip part. I don't know much of the like the brain shit. That shit kind of goes over my head because I haven't looked into most of it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's interesting stuff. But so okay, like okay, research chemicals kind of out of the way. Next up, I had a question. So prescription drugs, right? Like
Fuck yeah.
you talk a lot about like because once again saw a lot like a few of your videos. I'm missing a few here and there. But in one of them, like once again, all you talked about was like I'm gonna try, maybe it was on live stream or something like MDMA or maybe I'm sorry, I think it was the when those kids did that like whatever I don't know what to call that like, but it was when they did that,
Yeah.
like, that clip farming bullshit.
The interview.
Yeah, the quote unquote interview, right? Like
you gotta put a snip. You gotta put a clip in there or some shit.
I got you.
To record, because I like sticking things in my ass.
What? Okay.
So someone kind of brought it up in my Discord server.
Wait, what?
Do a video on boop.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
What? Okay.
So some would be a fun video to record, because I like sticking things in my ass.
If that didn't lag, what the? Okay, no, I just realized this. Okay, after I said I like sticking things in my ass, I said no, I don't. Like I was joking. I was making a joke. I said no, I don't. I'm just joking. If they fucking cut that out, that's gonna. Wait, hold on.
Video. How the fuck does that work and what?
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought it'd be a fun video to record, because I like sticking things in my ass.
What?
No fucking way! What?
Yeah, and that's why I thought it'd be a fun video to record,
Oh, here it
because
is.
I like sticking things in my ass. Not really.
See? Those fucking losers! What was the point of cutting the not really off?
No, I will. I'll show them because that shit. I was watching it. I was with my friends in VC and we were watching that shit, and we were like, both of us were just like so fucking angry, like so
That was
mad.
wheezing. It was so funny.
But so my question is like, what's the plan with that, right?
With prescription drugs?
Yeah, well, like for let's say you got opioids. Like I know, so you counted like I forget which drug you did, but you counted like one as fentanyl because they do the same thing with lower dose.
Yeah, heroin. I believe. I don't know, because do I have to build a tolerance to heroin, right? Or fentanyl? Sorry.
Oh, dude. Okay, so I've overdosed 11 times, and 6 of those have been yeah. I've had one hell of a run with drugs, and fucking so when I would do Fetty, I'd already have, like, I would build up my tolerance so high that, like, I'd be taking, like, fucking 5-8 milligram Dilaudid a day. You know what I mean? Which is, like, that would kill someone normally. or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like doing a little line of like a laced M30 or shooting a shot of like a I don't know like a quarter point of Fetty Wap like really wouldn't like it wouldn't do much. But the issue is there's these hot spots, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and so you can't really predict what like if you're getting pressed Xanax, like it's 4 milligram. Like let's say you get a bromazepam, right? You get these pressies, and they put 4 milligrams of bromazepam because that still is such a significant amount of powder compared to micrograms. You don't really have those same amount of hot spots. You still will, but it's very unlikely that they'll be super high concentrated. So I would say if you're going to do fentanyl, the best thing you could probably do is do volumetric dosing,
I
and
see.
dissolve it in like 30 milliliters of water, assuming. And this was like the statistical average. Like each pill contained like 2 to 5 milligrams of fentanyl, right? So if you got like an M30, right? Because that's like they don't. I don't think there's a way you're gonna be able to test like dope, like actual like buying like street like rock fetty. You know what I mean? Or anything.
I've actually come to. I found a legit spot to get legit M30s, I think. Or like
You gotta be careful with that. You gotta be
no
careful with
no no
that.
no 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 no. Oh no. This I can't explain much of that part. I believe
Yeah, no, don't incriminating, but
yeah. But I met a crazy guy a while back. Fucking crazy guy.
hell yeah, dude. No,
Um
no, and yeah, like yeah, that's fine. But I'm saying like if you were to do fentanyl, right?
yes. If I
So
was doing
like yeah, what would be the plan? Like I would say volumetric dosing would be the plan for that, right? I would use a fake M30 because we had the most statistics about those
yeah,
and
I'll
the
say
amount.
almost intentionally buying a stepped on pill or a pressed pill that has fentanyl in
It's
it.
exactly right, and then using the volumetric dosing and whatnot. But
Yeah.
so what's the plan for like? Are you gonna try like every opioid pill? Are you gonna like so that or like every benzo, every stimulant, or
Yeah.
because like it's
There's a shit
eventually
ton out there.
like don't get me wrong like even nowadays I could find someone for any of these things and that like but like how do I put this? Like not a lot of people like I maybe you do have access to this, and to those you don't have to say you do or don't, but fucking if I don't know, eventually like that money adds up real quick, right? And things like that. So I'm not only wondering what the plan is with the prescriptions, but like what the future with like financial situation is looking like
Oh
in the
yeah.
long term
I
with
was never.
drugs, and especially if you like let's say sorry, one last thing, I don't mean to cut you off,
Oh, you're good.
but just tying that in, you said if you ever were to get addicted to something you'd make a series about it, right? And like what that
Oh fuck yeah.
experience was like and things like that, and clearly you aren't now, but assuming you did at some point, right? Then like what's the goal with the financial situation there, trying to outsource all these random things to try once and then throw kind of just like push to the side.
Yeah. If I was ever to get addicted, I think I'd just stop the series as a whole, so I wouldn't be trying to get the more um of those.
Okay,
And
that makes sense.
as of like getting the prescriptions, uh,
Well, not so much
yeah,
getting them, but do you plan on like using all of them, or is it like just you're gonna categorize a few of them based on like pharmacological action?
that's what I'm still trying to figure out because there's so much amphetamines out there
Mm-hmm.
and there's so much opioids out there.
It's crazy. Like
Yeah,
I can name
like
like
I did
30 off the top
Vyvanse.
of my head. Okay, you.
I had an opportunity to do Sorry. Um, I had an opportunity to do Vyvanse the other month,
Yeah.
week. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it, but it was identical to speed.
They're the same thing. That's the thing.
Exactly.
It's a
So
pro. Vyvanse is a pro drug to amphetamine, so it just becomes amphetamine in the liver. So it's the same.
it's same
That's
shit,
why I
different
was.
part.
That's what I was curious about. Like, what's the? You know what I mean? Like, what's the?
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people won't know this stuff. And I feel like me and you are pretty knowledgeable. Um, So that's kind of where that question came from. But then, okay, so if that's the case for the amphetamines, I mean, my personal advice, I leave the Adderall and speed thing there. You know what I mean? Because at
Yeah.
that point, like you've covered that. You said you have a Tina video coming out or meth, right? Or
Yeah.
eventually, which
Not many people call it Tina. Not many
so,
people call it Tina.
it's Cali, you know.
Yeah.
It's just different. But fucking,
It's funny.
and then you have yeah. So the prescription opioids, what's that gonna look like then? Or the benzos would be the other ones, I guess.
Benzos. I don't know much about benzos.
I yeah.
I don't know what's out there. I don't know what's out there for benzos.
So there's like 20 like prescription
Shit.
ones. There's like
I'll do the top 3.
and the top 3 would probably be number 1 Xanax, Klonopin,
Yeah.
and either you could say Valium or Ativan, but it's like which one? You know what I mean? Because like each one's prescribed like differently. Like when you have a seizure, Ativan's like the number 1 thing they give you when you like as you're entering the fucking ambulance. There you go.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, but like diazepam's like given for withdrawals. Librium's given for withdrawals from benzos. People are prescribed it for muscle relaxation. So the thing is with benzos is people think they all do the same things, but they actually have like quite a significant pharmacological difference if you break it down. Like some of them are like more sedative, some are hypnotic, myorelaxant. So I don't know. That's just looking at it from my perspective. So,
I think where there's a major difference in the drug, like with benzos, where there's a major difference, I would definitely do a separate video on that. But something
Okay.
with like the amphetamines,
Mhm.
I think I wouldn't. But yeah, if benzos are truly that different from each other, I'd definitely do a separate video on, the most different ones.
Yeah.
Until like they start replicating.
I honestly, it also depends on the person too, because
Yeah.
benzos aren't a great high. They're really not. They're one of those things you take because you're really anxious. You're not relaxing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like
you're
them.
stressed. I've had a lot of friends. Like I was really addicted. Like I was taking up to 6 to 7 bars a day. Had to get medically detoxed. They put it.
Oh.
They had me on. I still even have these bottles. Gabapentin. They had me on gabapentin, Depakote,
Gaba.
and Klonopin, which is a super long acting benzo, so I wouldn't have seizures and slowly weaned me off. But like, I don't. It's just one of those things where some people just won't fucking like it, and a lot of my friends just fucking hated them. Like I'd give them like a Pharmapram or I don't know, like a pressed B707 R039, and they like just say like, oh, I felt the same, right? And I feel like, and I've heard this a lot, is where it affects only a certain population of people, where they'll really get hooked on them. So I don't know, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know. Just a conundrum I was thinking about when looking at your videos. But so I guess next would be the opiates. The plan there.
Oh, opioids. I want to do the big names.
Big names.
Like oxy, heroin. Wait, there's 2 oxys, right? There's OxyContin and Oxy.
So OxyContin is the same thing. OxyContin is just the extended release version.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it just has a different film on it. So what people would do is they'd lick the film. There's a whole technique to it. I used to shoot oxys in my arm because I was a fucking tweaker. Get them from you get them out of country, get them shipped in and whatnot. Most people don't know that, but I just leaked myself. But fucking yeah, there's like a film on it, and that makes it like an extended release formula. It's like kind of like, I don't know if you've been prescribed like.
Because it takes longer to dissolve and
Yeah,
when it gets into your body.
Exactly, and that's why you would see these absorbent pills. Like Percocet, I believe only goes up to like 30 milligrams, like normal Percocet. But you have like OxyContin that goes up. Like dude, they made a 120 milligram pill. I think 160 milligram pill. That's enough to kill someone. Like if you broke the film off and took it, that could kill you. So yeah, there's the same thing. But if you were to I feel like this advice, OxyContin would probably be like, you could label, if you did Percocet or something, you could label it OxyContin, and they'd be like,
Okay.
and people would be like, like in a video title or something, and it would be the same thing,
I
but
see.
other big names, you gotta try lean, gotta try fucking
Lean. I want to do a nice sip and lean stream.
yeah,
I think that'd be fun. as fuck.
I have a new I have a new series. I'll cut this part out just real quick.
Yeah, you're good. That's funny.
Yeah, but fuck. So yeah, just the big names. Like, so that's the plan with that. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
so what happened with the I was watching the DXM video, and what happened there? Because I like could we because like you explained it, but I didn't really get the whole like narrative. And same in the ketamine video, a lot better of a narrative explained, and kind of how you felt. And I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you
I
on the
got I
ketamine
got
thing.
sloppy with the DXM video. That's
I don't think you got. I think you were just high as fuck, and honestly, like that's perfectly fine. I was just curious if you could like explain the if there was any other words to explain it, because a lot of my DXM trips I just don't fucking remember very well.
yeah. So what happened? I forgot to do the sober recording of at the end.
That
So
okay, that might explain
I
it.
I,
Okay,
I relied on me pretty much saying what I was. All I did was felt drunk, and I felt like I was really drunk, and I had to shit my pants. That's what I felt.
got you. Okay,
Yep.
that's
Terrible.
that's interesting.
The only feeling.
See, when my personal experience when I would do it, I'd get like full blown like machine-scapes when I close my eyes, like fucking like full on like ketamine like hallucinations. But actually,
Oh,
similar
shit.
more to PCP hallucinations. When you only mostly closed eyes, but I overdosed on DXM. It's funny.
Oh, shit.
I got a TR, which is a time release in juvie for Christmas last year, and I decided to take DXM on my first day out from juvie for one day, and I overdosed, and they put a catheter in me. All this. I made a video about it, but I don't know. The reason I asked that question was because I've never gotten that experience of like being like stoned like that, like or the stoned. How do I put it? Not stoned, but like couch locked. You know what I mean? Where like you just feel drunk or whatnot. But
Yeah.
I know some people who have. That's why I was just curious what your experience. Did you see like hallucinations or
Yeah, no. I think run into a small problem with these series is I'm not doing enough of the drugs. Other than yeah, I think
I would actually argue that DXM you did too much. Believe it or not.
you okay.
I believe with DXM you did too much. I personally believe past plateau 2, you're like at that point it's over. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I can't remember shit when I would do a plateau 3 or 4. God knows, like the only reason I remember the fucking juvie thing was because I took like enough for that like it to kill me. You know what I mean? Like I had to go to the hospital. My bladder, stopped working, and
Oh fuck
all
that.
that was and I. I'll tell you. Hold on, just real quick for the audience who hasn't seen the videos and you. They fucking. I was handcuffed behind my back, butt naked, in front of a probation officer, getting a tube shoved in my dick. Like that was a fucking like that was some kinky shit, bro. So
I'd rather die than have a catheter put in me.
while handcuffed in front
While
of a
handcuffed.
probation officer that sees you every day in the juvenile hall. You know,
I don't care about that part.
oh really?
Yeah, no, I don't care. No, no.
Okay. Then that actually leads me to another question I have in my notes. So you seem really like free, like not what's yeah, I guess free spirited, but also like really what's it called, like enthusiastic and
Yeah.
what's the other word I'm looking for one other word, motivated too. And I was curious, is there a place that comes from, or is it just like wow, like this actually worked out? I'm like doing my thing.
No, no, it's kind of different. If I'm doing something for like the trolls, like putting coke in my ass,
Of course, yeah, yeah, that was a banger.
that's like I'm not gonna have any shame doing that. But like, let's say like for some reason, this is hypothetical, by the way.
Of course, yeah.
Well, let's say for some reason
100%.
there was just a
like,
random
seriously.
video of me. There was just a random video of me fucking myself with a pen in my urethra,
Okay.
like a catheter.
Yeah.
That would be embarrassing.
Of course. Okay. Well, yeah,
Like-
yeah.
The motivation comes from why I'm doing it. Like
Okay.
smoking crack. I'm smoking crack. Not only is it's kind of funny that I'm smoking crack recording it. It's like there's no shame. But
Of course.
so that's where the motivation comes from is
Okay.
because it's funny and it's kind of it's educational to an extent, and kind of there's a purpose behind it.
Yeah, I mean, and that okay, yeah, and that brings me into the next thing. You were, a lot of in some of the videos you're talking, you talk about like, and specifically once again, I'll put up a clip from that fucking video where those goddamn kids, but fucking like I just what you described was like your fucking message towards, I believe it was that video, forgive me, I
Oh
rewatched
no, you're
all
good.
your videos right before this. I watch them all, but I wanted to rewatch them once again just to really make sure I had my shit
Oh
down.
yeah.
But fucking you described in one of them like you're trying to like hopefully start working with like how do I put this, like
Reform.
yeah, like reform people, or like try and help them out, this and that, like push out harm reduction. Where do you see that going? Like, let's say YouTube really takes off suddenly, TikTok, whatever, Kick, whatever, all this shit that you're doing, like one day just randomly fucking like goes really up, and you're at like, I don't know, a million subs or something. What's the goal with that?
I think it would be really fun
Mm-hmm.
to just do like a bunch of like charity stuff, and it would be like for like my own like I'd start like in my own shit, my own charity, whatever you want to call it,
Yep.
and just either do like a bunch of like food drive shit, or like mainly all obviously focus on like the drug reductions harm tor-
Yeah.
towards everyone, but specifically targeted towards like the homeless
Yeah.
in general. So whether that's like buying buying or renting out random houses to turn into like sponsor houses where I pay for their food, pay for their living, and help them get back clean, and then like back as a functional member of society type shit.
Okay. I see you.
So just that's what I really want to do, is like the sponsor stuff. Move people in the homes and sponsor them, get them clean, get them back on their feet until they're self sufficient. Is that the word?
Yeah, that's the correct word. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the perfect word for it. Okay.
And then just keep that in a cycle and try to upscale that if you can.
Okay, so then, okay, here's a question then. So, all with like your vision for this, what's your opinion on like current harm reduction practices? Like we've got needle exchanges, we've got things like that. I have like I mean everyone has their opinion. It's either, I personally believe that needle exchanges are fantastic and stuff like that. They prevent diseases, this and that. Other people see it as like what's the word, like leading people on, or you know what I mean, like not promoting it, encouraging it. There you go, like encouraging drug use. So
Yeah.
I was curious what you thought, because there seems to be a kind of mixed stance on that.
Yeah. Fuck. That's one I've always questioned. Because I do not know. I do not know where to stand on that line. Like, I heard I don't really, which sounds bad. I
Mhm.
really don't pay attention to what's kind of happening, whether it's like political stuff,
Mhm.
or just think that's like cities are pushing out,
Mhm.
unless it gets really heavily like pushed in media. But like the harm reduction stuff, I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm obviously for it if it's harm reduction. If it's working, I'm for it. But if it's, I just don't know.
Eh,
Like
I
what was the word?
Hmm?
Sorry.
No, I was just I would say it's working, because like the whole point of it in the beginning was like to prevent like the spread of AIDS and HIV. And as someone who's like
Yes,
been an
yes. If that's the case, for sure.
and if I've been someone, I've been an IV user, I've been homeless, and like I've shared needles with people and have had to go to the ER, like because I got scared that I was about to catch something, because I shared needles with X person, and X person, like someone told me, might have AIDS.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that having that
because I would get.
available is having that available where you can get clean needles for free, clean water where you're not shooting fucking tap water into your arm with bacteria. Regardless, like tap water's safe to drink, but shooting it directly into your veins, like in a fucking
I don't
bathroom,
know.
like a public bathroom, is probably not the
Yeah,
best idea.
I would say that to an extent, because at the end of the day, they're gonna shoot up either way, whether they
Exactly.
have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I could see that, and especially for like stop spreading diseases and is-
Yeah. STDs. That's right. That's right.
STDs. Yes.
Yeah.
That would help for sure. Okay, I gotta ask if this was true or not, because I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't believe, for like anything that pops up on my feed, I just don't believe. Was it true they were handing out crack pipes?
They might have. I actually think I heard about
I
that.
don't.
Hold on. I'm gonna look that up. Hold on. Did
Because what happens is one side of media pushes it as it's crack pipes, but in reality, it's not crack pipe. So like, I just don't believe shit, and I don't bother to look into it.
uh I see I yeah uproar yeah okay so they did give out crack pipes 100%. The Biden administration, at least according to the New York Times, I'll put this on screen once again. Um, Apparently the Biden, and who knows, this was made by Cheryl Gay Stolberg, so who knows, but
Cheryl, if you're wrong.
Cheryl, you might be fucking wrong, but apparently, yeah, they were supposed to be giving out crack pipes, which, why? Like,
Yeah, that's where I draw. Come on,
you can go
come
buy them at a smoke
on.
shop. I don't know, like,
I'll just go use some fucking tinfoil.
that
Get
doesn't.
creative, guys.
Well, the thing is, it's like it's not even that. It's just like it's not like needles where you're exchanging blood with someone potentially.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're fucking
Yeah.
hitting your own personal pipe. And from the crackheads that I've known, and from like me cooking crack and selling it, like no one's sharing their pipe. Like you know what I mean? Who needs a pipe exchange? The fuck? Like you'd be lucky if they would give it back to you, bro. They just get extra from your ass. Like the fuck you mean? Like dude.
Yeah.
Like I
That's fun.
that's like and I like I trust me, I support like drug testing. We should have that. I don't know why the fuck we don't
Oh,
have
for
that in
sure.
the US. Like
Australia has that.
yeah, Australia, a lot of Europe, fucking Canada now has it. Like I had a lot of
Oh,
fans. I ran my Discord server for a bit, and I had a lot of Canadian fans. And just talking to them, like they had a lot of places where they could just go walk down the fucking street, get their shit tested legally, and come out of the store.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that I feel like we need, but it's like we're both saying, like I feel like there's at some point has to be like some type of limit. However, this brings me into my next point. So, with countries like the Netherlands and Portugal, and I believe Spain's legalized quite a bit of stuff too, and obviously Oregon was a fail. And
Yes.
I have real proof of why, right? And I'll throw those studies up when we get to talking about that. But what do you think, like, of that, like the legalization of everything, and the stats
Okay.
of like Portugal and Netherlands having like the lowest overdose
Fuck.
rates, the most recovery, like
I should have paid attention more to this YouTube video. I think it was Tyler Oliveira.
okay,
Or it was another one of those channels that is like similar to Tyler Oliveira. I believe it was Tyler Oliveira. He did a video about why did Portland's decriminalization of drugs
fail.
go so wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Why did that go so wrong?
I think I saw the exact video you're talking about. I don't remember who it
yes.
was by either, but if I find it, I'll throw it up on screen so people
yes.
can know where to look.
That was a good video.
Yeah.
I think I got a few minutes into it and I got busy, but I just want to say it's probably like the culture's different or some shit. Like
so yeah, okay. So cultural differences. I could see that actually.
Yeah.
I could actually see that a little bit. I get what you're saying. Like I obviously I'm not from the Netherlands and I'm not from Portugal.
Yeah.
I don't fucking sit there and monitor their their drugsdata.org fucking statistics or whatever. But I would say that the Netherlands is more like a party drug scene.
And I was about to say that. Yeah, I was just about to say that. It was because like in the States, is crack heavy in the Netherlands? Like I know
in
anywhere
Germany it is now. Germany's got
in
a
Germany,
huge crack market. It's all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. Vice just did a documentary on it too, which is crazy. But no, they don't have that in the Netherlands. I don't believe. They're more of like the research chemicals,
MDMA is big. God bless the Netherlands and their MDMA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I could see.
Just
a type of drugs.
Yeah, that. But then you have places like Portugal, and this is where I went to I looked at Portugal statistics, and I'll throw these up. they had like, you know, they started doing, I believe they did like, they have like prescription heroin now, something like that, or either that or they've legalized up to 2 grams worth of stuff being allowed. But instead of throwing people in jail for like having more or this and that, and not only did they just legalize this stuff, but they also opened more like rehabs. They allowed for more like what's it called, like police resources, so police wouldn't just like arrest these people. They'd refer them to rehab, say like get help, and then walk away from the situation. You know what I mean? Things like that. But once again, I feel like it's also a cultural issue where and I don't want to get too political here, but we're kind of a capitalistic society. We are a capitalistic like nation.
Oh yeah, for sure,
through
for surely.
and through. And if you look at like the Netherlands, not sure Portugal for sure, but Netherlands for sure is a socialist like democracy at its core. And obviously, like I believe that's with two such small countries, you're able to make a lot of changes quickly, right? You can add, like especially when you're looking at like I don't know, like population per like
Capita.
Yeah, per
Is that
capita.
the word?
Right, something like that. Yeah. If you're looking at that compared to like the U.S. and them, like you'd have to hit the U.S. with so many rehab centers and so much, you know, other resources besides just legalizing something for it to work. You know what I mean? And I just don't think with our society, like the way that the Western like society works right now, at least like in the U.S. specifically, that's gonna be a reality anytime in the future until huge change happens.
And that's another thing. What you I don't know much about the Netherlands, so I might be just speaking out of my ass here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure what you do on one side of the Netherlands and you do on the other side of the Netherlands could probably be the same and work.
Yeah.
But what you do in Portland, Oregon, and you do in Nashville, Tennessee, would be two different things.
That's exactly like, and you have such a shift in like you have such a divide in this country too, where like
exactly that too,
like
that too,
like such a political divide. So no one's gonna decide on shit. But anyways, I don't want to make it too political. Was just curious.
Yeah.
Curious about that. Just a few more things off the rip here. Before we get over with this. So where do you see the future of your channel going? And what is it called? Like, do you plan on like, I don't know, what's a like networking? Do you plan on expanding? Because like obviously I'm networking. I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but I've got a few other people I'm gonna be doing interviews with possibly and shit like that. Appreciate you being the first, by the way. Hell yeah.
Oh, of course.
But
I'm trying to. Like the first thing that I kind of got into networking was I was able to get a TikTok made about me from the Scare Files. He was a TikToker with like 180,000, and that one blew up. That one got around 1.3 million views. That's where like I really get traction.
Oh fuck yeah.
And that was all through getting my server to like kind of not spam his comments, but like check out TestSubjectTalk to review test.
Okay,
so that's where that but I want to gradually work I just don't know much about like the drug talkers or like the drug YouTubers or the
I call them drug tubers.
Drug tubers. I just want to gradually work my way up into like getting on Goblin's podcast.
I actually was just on it, believe it or not. I called in and was on it. Believe it or not.
Oh shit!
I'll put that. I'll send you the link after this if you want, or I'll share my screen once we're done here, and I'll show you that.
What does PCP feel like when you smoke it?
It's kind of like that feeling, that complete body numbness you get on ketamine, that dissociation, not being able to kind of understand or kind of associate things with normal memories. So like a car doesn't equal a car anymore. It's just like an object. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Or like I can't associate this place with home, so I don't know where I am anymore. But also you get kind of stimulated. Like I've smoked meth and all that. It wasn't very similar to meth, more of like kind of addy high, which I know you've been on before.
Yep. I fucking hate that shit, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is like with kind of the dissociation, the stimulation, you get fucking paranoid, like real paranoid, and you're hallucinating and all this. Not too heavily, mostly closed eye visuals, but scary shit nonetheless, right? But it's weird, it's addicting in a way, you know?
Interesting.
Kind of like how ketamine is, not necessarily like physically, but very mentally.
It's just on your mind all the time. It's like you're always thinking about that shit.
That's fun.
That's how
That's funny, yeah.
Yeah, previous to him shouting me out, I had like only like 41 subs. I was basically just uploading for friends and stuff, just like kind of documenting my stories, and then he shouted me out, and fucking thank God for him. About to be at 600 or so, which for me is a fucking
Oh shit, I
accomplishment.
gotta get on there.
Yeah, no, you could. I mean, fuck it. Like, you just gotta be stalking his fucking Instagram at all times. I have friends who will fucking like DM me when he like will send me like a well, when he like puts it out and shit. But yeah, so I ended up on there. I got lucky there. And then I was like, and then I kept making the stories, and I was like, okay, I need a network. Like you said, you had to do content, this and that, but I'm just kind of curious, like, where do you see your channel going? Will this be like the indefinite series? Will there be like
Oh
tons
no,
of
this
others?
is
Or is this like
this is what I'm using to gain a following. Like,
okay, so like a catalyst to something bigger.
yes.
Okay.
And I don't plan on these videos always being on my YouTube channel. Because the longer they sit on my YouTube channel, the longer I'm gonna get. YouTube will demonetize my whole channel with just snapping their fingers.
Yeah, I had a.
They did it to.
Oh, sorry, no, go
You
for
had
it.
oh, you had to edit. You had to like edit some of your videos or some shit.
No, that because okay, this is funny. My newest drug tier list, like most dangerous drugs tier list, I'm like and I'm very open about this. I'm like a self-proclaimed porn addict, 100%. And I have like gooner wallpapers and shit. And I clicked off for 1 second, and it fucking showed like my wallpaper. And
Oh fuck.
and I'm we gotta take this shit down. But what another thing I was gonna mention was like also fucking. Another video I had up, I had like my first time cooking crack, and only a few people will remember that. But like, I kind of realized like maybe having a video, like describing and manufacturing a drug is probably not the best thing to put.
Yes.
Allegedly manufacturing.
Allegedly, I did that shit on a live stream, and
Yeah.
I really wanted to do a video because you can make DMT in your fucking kitchen. I've heard.
Yes, you can, 100%.
I really wanted to do a
100%.
video on that, but that's just one of the videos you cannot make a video on.
No, exactly. But if you did, you'd like, you know what I mean? You'd like, I swear you'd break the internet with some shit like that. You know?
Yeah.
Like. I could crack.
So I do plan on removing.
Gone wrong with the little like, asterisks. yeah, like that whole face and shit.
Fuck. So yeah, these videos aren't gonna be there forever. Meta Bachet. When I wanted to start my series, just got it. Put his video on my feed of trying how good. At the time, he changed it now to potent plants. But at the time, it was how good are legal highs. And this introduced me to Kava, Kana, and Kratom.
Oh, okay.
I really want to try those three. So YouTube demonetized all of Meta Bachet's videos. He's no longer monetized on YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's good. He's up there.
That's kind of the reality of it, and that's why I switched over. Talk to you about it just a little bit, but I'm doing like now like Sunny, like not Sunny V2, but kind of like all commentary type of stuff too with my shit. I feel like you've got your head on straight. You've got your goals like locked in. And I think you can make it happen. Like you got that fucking person, you got that really likable personality too, that like people like are attracted. You know what I mean? Like the goofball personality. Like I don't mean to like.
No, you're good. No, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you mean. That's what I strive for. Is what pisses me off is like, like everyone does it. Which everyone does it. XQC, Kaisenet, the fake react, like the stream. I call it like the streamer personality.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I see exactly. Okay, so like
the TikTok personality. They play a character. Playing a character.
Fuck. I'm trying to think. You know Jay Schlatt? That's like that's what comes to mind when I really think of fucking like the streamer personality. Like. All his fucking like he gets millions of views on these TikTok reactions, and he's just sitting there saying haha, and he ends the fucking video. Like I don't know. I think people will recognize authenticity when they see it, right? And I think that's something special that you have.
I aim for that. I try to aim for. I do aim for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I don't know. I feel like every YouTuber needs a little motivation from like someone who like really fucks with them. So I try and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's
This
especially where I like I've hit a semi plateau. Not really. It's mainly because I stopped uploading videos and I've kind of dropped the quality of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just kind of hit a plateau.
I would say
Um,
the thing is everyone's gonna hit a plateau eventually, and a lot of it's just
oh yeah.
a lot of it's dumb luck. Like frankly, like that guy, making a TikTok from you. You reached out to him though, right? Or
No, he came into my server.
okay, so he actually reached out to you. See, that's what I mean. Like there's certain things that are just like dumb luck. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I think that being like consistent, really putting effort into things,
that's the problem. Yeah,
and doing that
consistency.
is so fucking important. Is so fucking important. Um, and mixing it up, right? Like that's another thing. I've noticed is that some of these people are mixing it up a lot. So it was refreshing to hear that you had like a what's it called, a fresh take of like, okay, I've got new content coming. I've got some ideas rolling in the back of your head. That's good, basically. That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get at, right? But fucking what was my last question? I had one last question to end it. So what's your like new message to like, or your message to not the youth, but like what's your message to if you had like something you really wanted to tell the people who like watch your videos, or to fans, new people, or maybe someone struggling with addiction, or substance use issues, or maybe not, maybe they're just having fun with it, like what would you want to say to everyone?
Oh shit. Fuck.
Should I
I don't know.
should I blur out that card
Don't.
in your hand?
Oh no, I think this one's dead.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
no, this one's a
I'm
dead
just
card.
making sure. I saw you waving it around. I just saw you waving it around, so I'm just making sure. I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
want to include that
yeah,
shit
no,
in
it's a
someone
dead card.
fucking.
Fuck. It started. Oh fuck. I would say like, don't be so judgmental of what people do to themselves, rather to like how they harm others.
Okay.
Like if I'm gay
Mhm.
and you're gay, who cares? Like, why do you care if someone else is them is? It's to a point. Only when someone starts affecting others should you really start judging them.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
can fuck with that message.
That in a sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
that in a
fuck. I
sense.
can fuck with that message. I mean, I think that goes for a lot of things.
Oh, a lot
You
of
know,
things. Yeah.
yeah, like fucking, like what we're talking about, substance abuse.
Substance, and that's strongly what I'm targeting.
Fucking
Exactly.
what career path you choose, what like
Yeah.
everything is subject to judgment nowadays, and I think that
Oh,
contributes to a
everything.
lot of our decline of mental health, right? With these like social media trends and things
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
So there's
So
so much judgment out there. It's hard for people to be happy.
yeah, exactly, and it's subtle. It's super subtle because it's not directed
Oh.
at you or something, but it's like, oh, some like I don't know, fucking some Instagram page with like 200,000 followers said like, oh, this music video sucks. Do you actually like that artist? Suddenly now your
Oh.
opinion starts
No.
swaying, or things like
No,
that.
bandwagons, everything. And I've seen this before. Like, what I want to see happen
Hmm.
is a movie that would have like really shitty Rotten Tomato score. This is what I want to see happen.
Okay.
A shitty movie with a Rotten Tomato score, watched by everyone before the Rotten Tomatoes get released.
Mm.
Because if a movie gets
Mm.
really bad, well, you want less. Yeah. So if a movie gets like really bad review from the reviewers, whoever reviews it,
Yeah.
the public's going in there thinking they're watching a shitty movie. So now they're watching the movie and they don't like it.
Okay.
But now,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
if they watch it before, they're gonna love the movie and they're like, oh, why is this rating so bad? People get shifted so much by what people tell them. Like,
Yeah. No,
this category of music sucks, so they don't like it.
That's so fucking true. And with not to call out like Moist Critical, because I fucking love that guy, but I feel like with people like it's exactly just like you said. I that'd be fucking beautiful to see if someone like if we got like a group of people and another group of people where one saw like the reviews of something before watching it,
Yes,
and
yes,
one
that would be
saw,
lovely.
like no reviews and
That
went
would
into
be
it
sick as
blind,
fuck.
that'd be super cool to see like where how their opinions are swayed by outside perception.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be funny as fuck.
Yeah, I honestly, I think just like you said, that'd be super fucking like mind, not mind open, eye opening. There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, hey, it's been real, dude.
Oh yeah, it was lovely.
I'm end the fucking interview here, but I want to once again just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to interview you. It's definitely been a blast. If you stick around in VC for a sec, I want to show you the Goblin.
Oh, for sure.
Thing real quick, and then we'll do that. But anyways, check out his stuff. Link in the description. I'm also gonna put it in the pinned comment. This guy, yep, he's got the pointer finger. He knows what's up. Go fuck with this guy. He's really cool. He's got a good message, a good head on his shoulders. He's got it. All right, see y'all. Deuces.